Welcome, Walnut. I'm Lara, but you can call me Laz, your host for Walnut Wednesday. This is your reminder to be brave, be yourself, and know that you can make the world a better place just by what you decide today. Here, I'm going to share my weekly walnuttings with you on a Wednesday.
Hi Walnut, it's me Laz here for another episode of Walnut Wednesday. Now, if you can see this, you will see that my mascara is smudged like a silly little banana. I am fresh off a crying escapade that was completely irrational and strange, but I'm just having a very emotional day. I will tell you the context. So basically, it's Walnut Working Day, and it is the last Walnut Working Day for the foreseeable because, all my stories of being bold and doing the interviews, I got the job. So naturally, I'm going back to 5 days a week just while I learn the things, and maybe I'll apply for it, or maybe I'll make this new chapter work. And I'm going to talk all about that really soon. But the reason why I'm crying. This is so strange, Walnut, and a total side note to a Walnut Wednesday episode, but I feel like you'll get this. So my parents live next door, and they're going away on a short little trip just in New Zealand. And I kept saying all morning that I would come over with Kev and say goodbye and la la la. And then I had a podcast interview this morning. Then I had to take the car to the mechanic, walk Kevin back home. Geordie's not feeling well, so he's, and then I came back from the mechanic and I said I would go over and I didn't. And then I've just been interviewed on another podcast. And they left while I was interviewing on the other podcast. And I just got so sad because I felt really selfish. I felt like such a dickhead, Walnut. Like I just forgot. I just got busy and I just forgot. And I know like they're only going for a couple of days and they'll be back really soon. But I think for me, it was just that, well, it's already an emotional day for me. I'm already feeling like overwhelmed anyway. But it's that feeling of like, oh, your family will always be there, so you can just be a butthole to them and they have to love you forever. And obviously my parents don't mind, and I rang my mum crying. I was like, I'm sorry I didn't say goodbye. And my mum, being my mum, I was like, Mum, I just like, I feel really selfish because I was going to come over and say goodbye, and then I got busy and I forgot. And she's like, Barb, if you know my mum, you'll know, but she's like, Barb, that is not selfish. That is forgetful. So we both started laughing and everything was fine. And we said, I love you. And I said, I'm sorry. I just got overwhelmed with feeling like, oh my God, like, even though Walnut Wednesday is my most favorite treasured thing and I technically am working today, like it is my work, I just felt stupid. It's like, how could I just let myself let it fully take over my whole life, and while not being able to just like go next door and say goodbye and give them a hug and everything. I just felt like such a dick. I still feel like a dick, but so that's why I've been crying. You're welcome for the side story you never asked for. But my walnutting that I wanted to share this week, Walnut, is all about my final Walnut Working Day, and I just wanted to talk through about how it's making me feel and things like that. And we've talked on the podcast before about how this like walnut version of a quantum leap sort of thing, where I just feel really hopeful and excited. Like I should be sad. I should be sad for, the ending of a Walnut Working Day. But one thing I've sort of just really reflected on this morning, Walnut, was that the Walnut Working Day, like I'm trying to really think about what I have gotten out of losing 1 day a week. And I don't think I've like insanely influxed Walnut Wednesday's like income by any means. But what I have gotten is a lot of mental clarity, a lot of like I'm getting a break as well. And I'm a bit nervous to start from the beginning again, back at 5 days. It's something new. I hate being the new kid and all the things, but I'm not sad to lose a walnut day, because before I had a walnut day, I did all the stuff that I am doing. I just gave it more time. Like all of the stuff, I haven't created anything new since I've had a Walnut Working Day. It's all been, well, aside from a couple of offers, but like the healings, the podcast recordings, the card pulls, the workshops, all of that stuff was running when I was still working 5 days a week. Like, I'm a boss. I'm a boss banana. I am so awesome. But yeah, it's like, what am I losing? I'm not losing anything because I was already doing it. I just was kind of giving it more time. And while I will miss having time to schedule interviews, to schedule healings and things like that, I will make it work. And so today, my final walnut day it's a little bit overwhelming because I have to do a bit of rescheduling and stuff, but I am agile. I can do it. But I am just trying to figure out where in the world my, appointments are going to be. And I've got a bit of VA work that I need to figure out and which days I can have as like work after work days and things like that. But I was doing it all before, right? So it's a bit of a bittersweet Walnut Wednesday episode this week, Walnut, because I say goodbye temporarily, only for now, to the Walnut Working Day Wednesday, which has been such a pleasure, such a joy. Not necessarily like this huge revenue build for Walnut Wednesday, but my gosh, it has brought me so much joy, and I'm looking forward to finding that joy again, and also finding that joy alongside building something completely new. I never thought Walnut like that in my corporate career. I would do anything else. I thought this is just comfortable. Let's just do it. And then I got a wean down and then Walnut Wednesday full time. But now I'm back. I'm going sideways again and building on the corporate thing because the role that I took is like another stepping stone into other things that can lead to, life, and later on lead to the walnutting full time as well. So it's like it all comes full circle, but it's all coming through so much quicker than the, in as a travel agent of 5 years, not leaving a job because of misguided loyalty and feeling unworthy and all the stuff. Now I'm like leaving a role after only 2 years. And it was like 6 months ago that I actually even put my name in the hat for a different job. Like I've got this backbone from Walnut Wednesday, in so many other aspects of my life, in walnutty courageous conversations, in applying and putting my name in the hat for other roles, and all these experiences that I'm sharing with you. It is Walnut Wednesday who has brought me that development, that growth. So while my walnut day has been fantastic and I love it, I know it is not far away. I know that I have full lean back faith and trust that I will do more walnut things again. There will be more walnut time in some way or another. But for now, the present is back to it being sort of, I hate this word walnut, but the quote unquote side hustle. But then I just smack myself on the butt. It's like, Bish, you were doing this all before. So why can't, it's easy. I can just do it again. So I don't know. I guess my walnutting this week, I wanted to just share that it's what you make things mean. Going back to 5 days at a 9 to 5 corporate job does not mean Walnut Wednesday is any less important, bring me any less joy, is any less my favorite thing on this whole earth. Yeah, so it's just, I'm not making it mean anything about me, I suppose. I'm not making it mean anything about Walnut Wednesday or that I'm a failure or anything like that, because there is so much comparison in the real world, and a real stigma I've noticed also in the coaching industry of people going back to work full time, like entrepreneurial coaches who are like, I quit my job and started my business. That's so brave and amazing. I could never do that. But going back to corporate working, which I just found really interesting. So I just wanted to, I suppose, reiterate that I'm not I'm not making it mean that I'm going backwards or that I'm a failure. It's just a bit of a sidestep rather than climbing up or down. I'm just kind of like moving around a little bit. But of course, Walnut, like this podcast will always be my priority. And I will still do all the stuff that I've been doing. I will still like promote my book. I will still do healings. I will still do mini readings and what all of my offers. I will still do them all. But the one main thing that will be a constant in that is my promise to myself. And what I hold myself to is one episode a week, one walnutting a week. My main goal, everything is that. So if I ever disappear off the face of the earth, Walnut Wednesday, the podcast, is where you will always find me at this stage of my life. So on that, have a happy Walnut Wednesday. Happy last Walnut Working Day to me. And I've got to go and like be a hustle bustle overwhelmed scheduler and tick all the boxes off my list because there's a lot to kind of like finalize. But thank you so much for being here, Walnut. Like, honestly, you will never know truly deeply how much I appreciate you and your time and for being here on my journey with me. And you give me reason to use my voice and to share this. So I'm just really grateful for you. You're beautiful, you're sexy, you're delicious, and you're a wonderful, brave walnut. And I would love to hear from you. I would love to know if this episode resonates with you in some way. Even the story time about, with my parents and that like weird little selfish saga I had at the beginning of the episode. Oh, wow. That's funny, eh? Emotions just completely regulated at the end of the episode. Have a happy Walnut Wednesday, and I will talk to you next week.